favorite distributor, by far. And I put my name on that. But I'm going to bring her up. She is the better half of our distributorship. Okay, she's someone that has absolutely taken over in social media, and then also really dived into like the nuts and bolts of the compensation plan, the money, the important part of this, and actually started teaching me different things, even though I was in the business first, that I didn't even know. And she's so great at explaining it. So please welcome up my beautiful wife, Tricia Siskowick.
Hi everybody! Are we having fun yet? Yeah. Alright, well things are going to get really fun because we're going to talk numbers and charts and graphs and all that good stuff. Just kidding. I'm going to keep it fun. I'm going to keep it easy. So my name is Trish. I guess I haven't really met all of you yet. More energy?
What we're going to do, real quick, I hear that everyone's getting a little antsy, okay? For all that, so everybody stand up first. Alright, we're going to lead us to a little dance party. Alright, so a little dance party, but also with a little bit of activity, alright? So everyone take your left hand and swing it over your head like this. Swing it back. Now do it with the music. There you go. There we go. Alright, now I feel like Justin Bieber. Alright, now take your right hand and do the same thing. Stretch it over, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, alright? Very nice. Now, we're going to do the twist, alright? This is like the only dance move that I know, which is like the twist, right? What we're going to do is just twist like this, okay? Alright, there's just a little twist. Very nice. Anybody else got something else?
Feels nice.
I got a little bit like this. Shake out your arms and your legs. Shake it out, shake it out. Alright. I know, we're getting going here, guys. This is the most exciting part.
I think it is. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, who wants to talk money?
Yeah, who wants to talk about money? Right? I know. That's why we're all here. So, my name is Trish, guys. I'm going to introduce this kind of loud. I'm going to hold this farther. I am from San Diego, California. Obviously married to that funny MC. I can't believe it, but I've actually been in the business now 3 years. So, well, actually a little bit over 3 years. That's when my journey kind of started with Nu Skin. And before that, I was in commercial real estate in San Diego. Great career. I still to this day am very grateful for it. I felt very fortunate to have that job opportunity coming out of college. But, you know, I don't know if any of you guys can relate. I was sitting in my 9 to 5, and my job kind of just kept getting more and more demanding. And the stress level just kept growing. And, you know, yes, money, opportunity, all that was great, but I was starting to physically get ill, like physically. My hair was falling out, I gained 25 pounds, I had so much anxiety, constantly traveling, and you know, I looked at my life and I thought, can I really keep this up, you know, and for how long? 5, 10, 20 years, and you know, what about when I want to have children one day and a family, which was so important to me. So I really started to look at that, and you would think, people always say, why weren't you already in Nu Skin? Why were you suffering through that? Your parents have been in Nu Skin for 13 years. So yes, my parents are in Nu Skin, kind of like Ashley, I grew up around it. They are Blue Diamonds, but my husband was the brave soul that kind of jumped into it first, like he said, and then I eventually took the leap. I just took that leap of faith one day, and I said, that's it. It's time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. We're going to make a change. And he was so supportive, so that was great. So that's kind of my story. You know, we went into Nu Skin. We did it the very traditional way. And then in April, we got a call from our upline, heard about the whitening paste, and decided, okay, time to jump on this whitening paste train. This is it. This is where it's going. whether we like it or not. I wasn't a big fan of social media, I'll admit it. I was on Facebook, but not a lot. Kind of like Lauren said, it was kind of like that love-hate relationship. But you know, we jumped in April full-time, and holy cow, I cannot believe what I've seen happen since April in our business. I can't believe what I'm seeing all around us and what's happening to all of you. It's insane, it's amazing, we're in the perfect place. So that's kind of that. I'm kind of a nerd. I raised my hand and was like, I want to do comp plan, Ashley, that's my topic. So I hope I can do it justice. I want to keep it simple. I want you guys to hopefully be able to understand it. The comp plan's a monster. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been in the business 3 years. I did not fully understand the comp plan, and I don't even think that you really have to understand it all inside and out. But what I want you guys to take away from this is I want you to be able to explain to your distributors how to make money, okay? So if I can teach you that successfully, at least a few important details, we're going to be in a good place, okay? So let's get going. Let's jump right in. Okay. So, I don't think this is working. Do I have to point it up front? There we go. Ashley, are you doing that for me, or is? Uh-oh. I'm going to have to keep telling you to push because I have a lot of fly-ins. Okay, so guys, first thing we're going to talk about is what is the difference between being a distributor and being an executive? As far as looking at the money, and why do we want to go from distributor to executive? So the first concept that we have to understand in order for me to teach you guys the numbers and what's different is our circle group, okay? This concept. So have you guys you've heard circle group, right? Yep. Yeah? Okay. So circle group, write this down. This is important. Circle group and GSV are basically interchangeable concepts. Okay, so when we say GSV, that number, when you go into your account and you look on the top right, that's circle group volume, okay? So here's you guys. Here you are. You start building this beautiful organization, okay? You're starting people, they're starting people, they're starting people, and so forth. And it just keeps going on and on and on. Now, that circle group can go to infinity, okay? The only people that are not included in our... the only people that are not included in our circle group are our executives when our people, I should say, when they break out of our circle group because they become executive, they jump down and they go into what we call our generational breakaway volume. But we're not talking about that right now, so don't worry about that. We're only going to talk about circle group. So, am I working? Let's see. What? Big green? Oh, sorry guys, technical difficulties here. It was working all along. Okay, so as a distributor, what are we making? When we join this business, we are considered a distributor, right? We are getting our retail cash profit, which we love. Who doesn't love $10 a tube after tube after tube? It's a beautiful thing, right? But as far as what are we making in commissions from the company, we are getting, as a distributor, 5% commission, you guys, on our level 1, okay? Only our level 1. Stops right there. Our level 1 are people that we directly sponsor into this business of ours, okay? Not the people that they sponsor and so forth. Now, here's why we want to be executive, guys. At executive, look at that. Look at those numbers. 9 to 25% we will start to make as an executive. Do you see that difference? That's big. It's really, really big. And we are not just getting paid on our first level, you guys. We are getting paid all the way down that circle group to infinity. Okay, that's huge. So, I know that, and you guys know this, with our new business on social media, whitening paste, We are going at speeds that we have never seen before. We are going so fast. So we can jump into this business as a distributor, you guys, and we can start building these teams that just start growing. But if we don't get to executive, look at all that money that we're leaving on the table, right? We're not getting paid on all that business under us. So we need to encourage our distributors to get there fast. So one more little tidbit here that I want to teach you guys. When we become distributor, we can start making this commission check, right, from the company. But there is one little rule. So we have to have, just so you guys know this, honestly, this isn't even going to come into play very often. It's very rare that this would happen. I think, if we are doing this business and we're working hard, this really isn't typically an issue. But we need to have a minimum of 200 points of level 1 PSV in order for the company to send us a commission check. Okay, so that's really important. I don't know if you've come across this or you've had your distributors. I know I get the question a lot of, hey, do I have to have PSV in order to get a check? Am I not going to get a check? The answer is 200 points, level 1 PSV. That is either coming from you, your personal sales, you guys, or purchases, or from those level 1 distributors, okay? Or it can be a combination of both. So again, it's not going to come into play, but know it, just so that if it does come up, you can tell your distributors and educate them on that. One thing I didn't point out, as an executive, you guys, of course, we're still getting our amazing retail profit, but we are also starting to get paid on ourselves. So I tried to make that arrow go all the way up to represent you, because you are now getting paid on your own purchases too, which you're not as a distributor, right? Okay, so next, how to get to executive. This is big, right? How are we going to get there? So I think you guys probably know this, but in our company, our qualification process for executive is based on a point system. So every product that we have has a dollar value and it has a points value. So the toothpaste, who knows that? What's the point value on the toothpaste? 8, that's right. So to get to executive, you guys, we have to create a total of 4,500 points, right? And that's not just us. I really want to stress this, you guys. When our new distributors see this, when they first ask us, how do I get to executive? We don't want to come at them with, you have to sell 4,500 points of volume, right? No. We need to think leverage, build a team, okay? Because this 45 points is coming from our circle group, from our sales, but also from our team sales, right? Everybody we start and that they start and so forth. So the first step in becoming executive is LOI. You guys all know this term, right? LOI. So it stands for letter of intent, and it's basically you raising your hand and saying, hey guys, telling Nu Skin, I am starting my process of qualification to become executive. I'm doing it, I'm starting now, click. It's literally a button that we click in our back office, which Daryl Mock was just telling us about, right? So in order to LOI, we just have to accumulate 1,000 points, okay? Again, not just us. So here's one way we could do it. If that's you as a distributor, let's say that you start, you sign up, and you post, and you sell 25 tubes, okay? What does that look like? That's 200 points. Now, what if you found just 4 other people anywhere in your team, and you help them sign up, and you help them post and make money, and they sold just 25 tubes as well? 200, 200, 200, 200. Guess what? You LOI. There's your 1,000 points. Now, this could look very different. I know in our business, sometimes some people post you guys, and you sell 50 tubes, 100 tubes. You just don't know what's going to happen. So it could look like this. It could look different. It could be you and 2 other people. Okay? So now let's rewind. How do we get to executive? We can get to executive 3 ways. The longest route we can take is 3 months, but we can also do it in 1 month or 2 months. But first, for simplicity's sake, let's just walk through that 3-month qualification process. So month 1, you guys just learned, is called LOI, and we just have to hit a minimum of 1,000 points. Okay? Month 2 is called our Q1 month, and you need to hit a minimum of 1,500 points. okay, between you and your team. And then month 3 is called Q2, and you have to hit a minimum of 2,000 points. So what does that equal, right? 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, boom, you hit it. 4,500 points, you're an exec, okay? Now, can this be done faster? Yes. You guys, we have never seen people become executives and then become executive factories, turning distributors into executives faster than we are now with this whitening paste and our amazing social media model. So I think we've got people in the room that became executive in just 1 month. Sometimes, yes, sometimes we see it in a matter of weeks, you guys. So, a couple of different ways that could happen. Obviously, you just have to hit a total of 4,500 points in 1 month. That could look like you as a distributor up there in that model, instead of starting 4 people somewhere in your business that post and sell 25 tubes of our amazing paste, a total of 23 people, okay? That could be people that you start, that could be, you're starting people and they're starting people. This goes fast, you guys. I mean, you can start this business, you guys know it, and you look down and all of a sudden, you've got so many people on your team. You've got dozens, and dozens turns into hundreds, and that can happen in a matter of weeks, right? So that's one way. Another way, you guys, to do this in a month, I think the fastest is to find 5 people. You find 5 people that are looking for what you were looking for. They're looking for what I was looking for, okay? Let me tell you, they're out there. There's so many of us, you guys. They're looking, they're waiting, they are praying for what we have. What we have is crazy. We have a business that we start for free. We can make them money the same day and literally change their lives, make those dreams come true. If you can find 5 people to LOI in 1 month, like you did, bam, that's 5,000 points. You've hit that 4,500, you're an exec, right? So the last way to do it, of course, is 2 months. In 2 months, you still, of course, have to have a total of 4,500 points, but there's a few rules, and I want you guys to make sure you know these. If you don't, write them down. Your team needs to know these. First month, of course, LOI month, we always have to have at least 1,000 points, no matter what, no matter how fast or slow we do the process. The last month that you qualify, whether you do it in 2 months or 3 months, it doesn't matter. You have to have a minimum of 2,000 points, okay? It doesn't matter if that makes you go over the 4,500 total. Doesn't matter. You always have to finish off that last qualification month with 2,000 points, okay? And then the last rule that I want you guys to know and to understand is a Q can't count another Q's points towards qualifying to be executive. So do you guys get what that means, what I'm referring to? So remember when I said if you did it in 3 months, it goes LOI month, Q1 month, Q2 month. If you're a Q1 and you've got a Q1 on your team, that month you're not able to count that person's points underneath you towards the points you need to qualify, okay? So if you can simply remember, a Q can't count a Q. I think it has a ring. Q can't count a Q. It's easy. It solves a lot of problems. And you can make sure your team's on track, right? And they know what's going on. So here's a few examples, you guys. If you're qualifying in 2 months. Let's see if you guys are paying attention. Just shout it out. This example, if somebody does 1,000 in month 1 and 3,500 in month 2, did they hit exec?
Yes.
Yeah. Bingo. Okay, what if they do, I'm sorry, you guys, it went from a PC to a Mac, so my formatting is all messed up, but I promise it was prettier than this when I started. Okay, if you do 2,000 in month 1 and 2,500 in month 2, are you an exec?
Yes.
Yeah. What about 2,800 in month 1, 1,700 in month 2? No. It equals 4,500, but they did not hit that 2,000 in the 3rd month, or in the 2nd month, okay? Good job. Okay, so this is where it gets exciting, if you ask me, okay? I want want to make sure I don't miss anything important. Let me actually look at this piece of paper. So, sorry guys, bear with me. Yes, okay. So there's two pots, you guys, that we create income from, okay, that we make commission from. The first pot, oh gosh, did I do that? I just hit a button. Ooh, we're back. The first pot is our circle group, right, which I taught you about when we were getting started. And the second pot that we make money from is our breakaway generational volume, okay? So those people that jump out of our circle group because they become executive. Where's that volume, right? How are we getting paid on that? So here's how that works, kind of in a nutshell. I'm going to bring up a guest speaker in a few minutes here, so he's going to get more into all this. But basically, you guys, the pin titles go gold, then lapis, ruby, emerald, diamond, and then what is it? Blue diamond, right? The gold. So, okay, as a gold, what you guys need to know is on that breakaway generational volume, as a gold, you're going to start getting paid on one generation below you, okay? As a lapis, you're going to get paid on 2 breakaway generations. As a ruby, you're going to get paid on 3. Are you guys writing? Sorry, I'm trying not to go too fast. As an emerald, you're getting paid on 4. As a diamond, you're getting paid on 5. And as a blue diamond, you're getting paid all the way down to that beautiful 6th generation, okay? And I'll tell you what, the way exponential growth works, it's just math, you guys. When you're a blue diamond, when we talk about the average income that a blue diamond makes, it's up there, right? A lot of that money is coming from your 5th and your 6th generations, okay? And that's, you know, frankly, just because of the way that growth works as you go down and down and down. You've got so many people in your mature organization by the time you're blue diamond down there on that 6th level. And that, I should have mentioned, that is part of what makes Nu Skin's compensation plan so special, you guys. Nu Skin was truly set up, you guys, to pay and reward leaders. And they do that better than anybody else. So, you know, I can tell you, if you guys are here for the same reason that I'm here, you know, not only for the time freedom to start controlling your own life, but also to have complete and total financial freedom, you guys are sitting in the perfect spot. You have the perfect vehicle and the perfect team behind you. So if you work hard, it's going to be there for you. The money's going to be there. And I think that's important to understand. Okay, so have you guys heard the term 3K Maximizer? Yeah? Maximize your bonus? Okay, so this is where it gets very, very exciting. If there's one thing, oh, that's so weird. It totally changed even the lettering. I should say B, a 3K Maximizer. If there's one thing that I want you guys to really take away from my comp plan training today, it is this, okay? So when we become executive, to maintain our executiveship, we only need 2K, correct, in our GSV that each month to maintain our status as exec. But if we want to take part in this crazy, amazing bonus called the 3K Maximizer, we need to hit 3K or more that month. And what I want to show you guys, I think the only way to teach you guys how important this is and what a huge difference this makes is to show you the difference between what happens if you're a 2K executive versus a 3K Maximizer. So we'll run through this quick. We got to get Matt up here. But, okay, as a 2,000 executive from the 2 different pots, we're going to talk about both, what you're making, guys. In your circle group, from that GSV, you are going to make 9% commission, okay, on the entire circle group volume, your entire GSV number, plus an extra 5% just on that level 1 of volume in your circle group. They threw that in there for you. Nice, huh? I'll let you write that down. And then, generational breakaway volume, what do you get? They're going to give you 2.5% on those breakaway generational volumes of executives below you, and it's based on your pin title, right? So if you're a gold, you're getting 2.5% On 1, if you're a blue diamond, you're getting 2.5% down all 6 levels on all that volume, okay? But what happens when we're a 3K maximizer? So 3K or more, and oh my gosh, the numbers that I hear coming out of this team each month, this circle group volume, it's wild. It's blowing my mind. I see higher numbers every month and I'm like, yes, new goal. I love it. The bar is just getting set higher and higher. Okay, 3K. What are you getting in your circle group, you guys? Look at that. 15 to 20% on your entire circle group volume. The full GSV number. And Nu Skin's so awesome, they're still going to give you that extra 5% on your level 1. Okay? Now, breakaway. This is exciting. Ooh, it really messed this up. I'm sorry. Hope you guys can follow this. On that generational breakaway volume, when you are a maximizer, there's 2 different bonuses that can come into play, okay? One of them is called the wealth maximizer, and the other one is called the depth maximizer. So I'm gonna run through each one, and then I'll explain how it works. So if you are getting from Nu Skin the wealth maximizer, you're going to get, instead of 2.5%, you're going to get 10% on your first generation, okay? Now, you're not going to make any commission on any of the other generations. It doesn't matter what your pin title is, but you're going to get that big chunk, 10% on the first generation. Or, if you're getting the depth maximizer, instead of 2.5%, you're going to get 5% down however many levels you qualify for based on your pin title, okay? So what's going to happen here, you don't need to worry about this. Nu Skin is awesome. Little elves back there in the background. They're working, they're running the numbers, and they are going to pay us whichever one calculates to be more, okay? How cool is that? So cool. You know, when we say that Nu Skin honestly always wants to pay us more and look for ways to pay us more and do better by us and reward us, this is it. This is proof right here. I mean, how cool is that? And this is substantial. I hope you guys understand now that, I mean, the difference here is so massive. It's so huge. I know personally, I made the mistake in the beginning of my Nu Skin career, and I did not hit 3,000 one month. I hit 2. I saw my check go down, and I said, okay, never doing that ever again, right? So keep that in mind, you guys. Very exciting, big deal. And let's see. Oh, this is cool. So I know I just fed you a lot of information. It's kind of a lot to take in. Don't worry about it. I'm done. Just, you know, you're going to hear it again and again, you guys. Eventually, another piece will set in a little bit better each time, okay? But in the meantime, when we've all got so many new distributors, people qualifying, questions coming up, our distributors saying, is this person qualifying? There's all these different confusing things going on. We have something so cool. When we become executive, Daryl comes spill the beans, but we get our own account manager, you guys. And this is awesome. You know, not only do we start a business for free, they give us like a free personal assistant basically, okay? So call them with your questions. That's what they're here for. They want to help us, they want to support us. It's a huge resource that we need to use, you guys. And then when we become lapis, from the time we're lapis to diamond, then we're assigned somebody new, and they're called a sales manager, and they're going to do the same thing. They're here just for us, you guys. Nu Skin pays them to take care of us, help us, call them. So, you know, I encourage you guys, if you don't know your account manager yet, or your sales manager, find out who it is, get their number on speed dial, and introduce yourself, and use them. They're great, okay? So, if you guys have questions, you can come talk to me anytime after the session. I'm happy to answer any of your comp plan questions. And that's it for me. Now, I am so excited. We have some new advancements to our compensation plan, you guys, that are made to pay us even more again. And we have General Manager of the United States, Matt Hall, here to tell us all about them. Love this guy. He's been with Nu Skin for 21 years. Great man.
Maybe Is it working? There we go. Yeah. Hey guys, so I'm going to be brief. I know you've been in those chairs all day, and they are not comfortable chairs, are they? I'm sorry for that. We'll find the person to blame for that and figure it out. I'm really excited to be here. Yes, my name is Matt Hall. I'm the General Manager at Nu Skin USA, and my job is to enable your success. So I'm responsible for our U.S. market. Who here is all from the U.S.? Probably most all of you, right? You live here. Anyone else live outside the United States? Awesome. We've got an amazing team that's here that supports you as well. But my role today is just to spend a couple minutes with you to talk about the comp plan. First of all, a shout out to all the dudes that are here. All right, where are the dudes? There's a couple, right? Yeah, just a few. We're glad you're here. But love to see the amazing women that we have here. You guys are really leading a revolution here at Nu Skin, and it's amazing to see the success that's going on. Now, I'm going to get this clicker back. Tricia talked about our compensation plan, and what I love about our compensation plan, and I've been in this industry with Nu Skin for so long, is we reward leadership. All right? We reward those who have the desire to help and to lift others to make money. All right? And that's what's so powerful about this plan. But at each step of the plan, it's very, very rewarding. But where you can really make a lot of money, like many of the leaders that you've heard from today, Nu Skin sales leaders, this is where you can really live a life of prosperity. And it's extraordinary to see the power of this plan. Now, Tricia talked a little bit about an enhancement that we're making this coming January. All right? That is a really exciting announcement. We don't change how we pay you. We change how you qualify how you get paid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, we'll kind of go through some of the details of the change. There'll be a transition period and how that may affect you. All right? Should we get into some of the details?
Yeah.
Now again, why the changes? Now I know you guys have heard from a few people today. You've heard from Joe Chang, our chief comedy officer. Right? The guy's a funny dude, right?
Hilarious.
He is really, really funny. I understand you've heard from our president, Ryan Piersky.
Yeah.
Right? Fantastic, right? My boss, Tyler Whitehead, he's the president of the Americas region. Fantastic. About 2 feet taller than me. Right? And who else are you guys here? Oh, Steve Lund, founder, right?
Yeah.
So they told me they were saving the best for last, and this is why I'm here, all right? But we're going to do this quick, all right? We're going to do this quick so you can enjoy your Friday night, because in Provo, Utah, Friday is wild. Serious. There's a bowling alley. We actually have a Starbucks as well. It's really amazing. But let's get into this. So, the velocity plan. I'm not going to get into the details. First of all, convention. Who went to convention? All right? So you may have heard of me. If you went to the workshop, I participated in a workshop, and we talked about this. And in our regional meeting, we talked about why we feel like we want to make these enhancements. All right? We know that there's significant macroeconomic trends at play. Social, right? Commerce. Do you guys think commerce is changing almost like every 6 months?
Yeah.
The way we buy, the way we purchase. This enables, okay? This enables us to continue to keep up with the significant macroeconomic trends that are taking place, especially here in the United States and throughout the world. So let's get into the details here. All right? What's amazing, and Tricia talked about this a bit. All right, that didn't work. I'm going to go back here. What's supposed to be listed about up there is on the left-hand side. She was talking about our breakaway back-end compensation plan, okay? The breakaway plan. This is what exists today in our plan on the left-hand side, okay? And you'll notice on the right-hand side, you'll still see 6 levels, and we will continue as we transition to this other part of the plan, which we call the leading bonus, or the lead bonus, okay? We still pay 5%, 6 levels deep, all right? So the payment to you doesn't change, just how you qualify for that payment is what's going to change. And the change or the enhancement that we're making is extraordinary. Just talking to like Eileen, Ashley, other leaders in the back. I know we got Joe and AJ here. All right, these have been leaders for a really long time. They are really excited about this change because they know what it's going to enable you as you build your organization to really make a lot of money to live that life of prosperity that I hope, and I'm assuming that many of you aspire to achieve. Now, what we're going to do is beginning in January, okay? Any new person that you sign up will participate in this portion of the plan. In the back end of the plan, this is how they're going to come in, okay? And in beginning of January, though, they have the option to join this part of the plan. They can elect in our V&G system that you're familiar with. They can elect and say, hey, I want to now be a part of this plan. All right? They can elect. All right? They can elect for 6 months between January, February, March, April, May, and June. They have that 6 months to opt in. Beginning in July, they'll be transitioned to that part of the plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right? If that's anyone new beginning in January. Now you're probably thinking, what about me or my team right now? How is that transition going to take place? Okay? Same. With each of you will stay on this plan at January 1, and you all have the option to elect to the new plan over that 6-month period. Okay? And if you are executive, gold, lapis, or ruby, beginning in July, you'll also move to the plan. All right? Because really, at the executive, gold, lapis, and ruby, the new plan doesn't really affect you. So we're going to just transition you anyway. All right? Now, if you're an executive, an emerald, starts with an E, but emerald, diamond, I forgot about diamond for a minute. Emerald, diamond, and blue diamond. Okay? Beginning in July, you're going to have a 2-year transition period. Okay? I should say emerald and diamond. A 2-year transition period where you'll have the option to elect to go to the new plan. Okay? So what this means is beginning in July next year, you can stay in this plan for 2 years. You have a 2-year transition period to go to this plan, to opt in. And if you haven't opted in yet in 2 years, that's okay, but you'll be a part of the plan. Now for blue diamonds, you will have the option to adopt this at your own pace. Really, you can be on this current plan really forever, okay, at the blue diamond level. Now how we determine who's going to transition is what your paid as title is in June of next year, okay? So if your paid as title in emerald in June or diamond in June, again, you'll have that two-year transition period. If it's ruby in June, you'll just transition right away, okay? If you're blue diamond and you're paid as blue diamond in June of next year, again, you'll have the option to transition at your own pace. What that really means is forever, if that's your desire, okay? We are really excited about what Velocity is going to bring to each of you and enable you to grow a very fast and vibrant business. And so you'll hear more about this in the coming months. And at an event that we're doing, an online event, January 6th. All right, join us for a brief online event where we're really going to be able to share with you how we're going to shape 2018 to be the most amazing year ever in Nu Skin. Share some really exciting plans. We've got some really cool announcements. One of which you probably know, the next Success Trip location. You guys want to know that? All right, you want to know where it is? All right, listen, January 6th, all right? I'm not going to tell you. I know exactly where we're going, and I've been there before, and you are going to want to be there. Who's going to South Africa? All right, many of you, you have got to latch on to these Success Trips. These will be defining moments as you qualify, and it's not about you, again, it's about your team. Your ability to not only qualify for this Success Trip, to bring your spouse to kind of increase their belief and faith in what you're doing, all right? But then also be there with your team, people who you love and admire and are trying to lift and improve their lives. The fact that you're able to go to South Africa together and to celebrate together is a powerful experience. And the next location after that, I promise you, bring your swimsuits. That's a hint. Bring your swimsuits, all right? This is going to be an amazing location. So thanks so much for your time. Have a great weekend. I'm going to go take my kids bowling. All right? See you guys.